everyone, and welcome back to Mariana Mass Books. My name is Mariana, and today I am here with the Hold My Place tag, I think. I forgot to double check the name of the tag before I started filming. It's a tag all about bookmarks, which I love. I have a big collection of bookmarks. I first saw this tag on Pat's channel at Book Chat with Pat, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to participate. I wasn't tagged. I don't think I've ever been tagged in any of the tags that I have ever done, but I just like joining in on the fun. And it's one of those tags where you know when you see a tag video and you think, oh, this tag is fun, but you have to think about the answers, or you are not sure that you have answers for everything. This is a tag where as soon as I saw the video, I knew I had to participate because I have answers for every single question. I didn't even have to think about it. This tag was created by a couple of new to me channels that you are seeing on screen. I will of course leave all the information down below for all of the channels mentioned. Now this tag asks you to show examples of different types of bookmarks from your collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around to point it downwards so that you can better see all of the bookmarks and my bookmark collection. I will first answer the first question, which is how many bookmarks do you have? If you know, I don't know the exact number. I'm going to say around 50, but it's not exact. I haven't counted them. And then the next question is if you have a special use bookmark or something like that. And I actually got confused with the order of the questions, and I answered this question as number 2 when I filmed the video showing you all the bookmarks. So I will now leave you with that video. I will flip the camera around and I will answer all of the questions and show you all of the examples. So this is the pouch that I keep my bookmarks in. This one was gifted by my sister, and as you can see, I have a lot of bookmarks inside. I actually have more than this, but I already selected them for the prompts. The first example is a bookmark you received as a gift, and I have many of those. So I'm going to go with the most recent 2 that I have received, because one of them is handmade and one of them is store bought. So the one that is bought, I really love it, and it is this one. And this one was gifted to me by a friend. She recently traveled to Spain and Portugal, and in Spain she went to the Museum del Prado, and she brought this one from the Del Prado Museum. This is one of those things where if you see it in real life, it's better than just seeing it in camera, because the printing quality is really nice, the colors are really nice, the size and the format is really nice, and I enjoy when they have the plastic protection thing. So that is the one that is bought. And then this one is the one that is handmade, and this is another one that is more special if you see it in person, because it's made by a friend who is an artist. She's a visual artist, and she is really well recognized in her field, which is mostly textile and like engraving and that type of thing. She actually has some works in like international museums. I saw one of her pieces in a museum in Dublin, so it's really cool. And this one is not like on camera, I don't think you can actually see it, but this is actually an engraving, and then it's screen printed. So she handmades her engravings, and then she screen prints it. So it is art paper, and this is her signature, and it is I don't know if you can catch the texture. So it's just really special and really well made. The next question is, which of your bookmarks do you like to use most and why? And actually, the ones that I like to use more for actual bookmarks are the ones that I have made myself. I have several of those, and I think this one was one that I was going to show you for a different example. But this is one of my favorites, and this is literally just packaging for uh, Argentinian traditional cookies that are called alfajores, and I really like the box. And this is just the packaging, and I just put plastic. I laminated it, and I had this lying around, and so I just put it here because the colors went. And this is another one that you would have to see in person because the letters actually are in foil. So this is red foil. So if you see it in person, you can see the shine of the foil. And then in the back, I just put some stickers, which I wish I hadn't put. But then I also, and this is for another prompt, but I really enjoy using extra tarot cards as bookmarks. And what I like about that is that I have several in different styles, and so I can match the style with the type of the book. And this is all for future prompts, so I'm not going to go into detail now. So the next example they ask us to show us is something that is not a bookmark but that you have used as a bookmark. And there are two similar questions because there is one that says like something unusual that you use as a bookmark. So for this one, I'm going to show you things that are not bookmarks but that are more, I guess, more usual. Honestly, it's just like the stationery accessories that I use for reading. So mostly either my pen or my flags. So I usually use flags for marking quotes and stuff. And these are just the ones that I'm using currently because my cousin gifted them to me. But I have lots of different ones with different styles, different packages. But they always come in like a piece of plastic. So usually I'll just stick this in the book, and the one that I'm using at the moment. Actually, I think I use these more than I use bookmarks, even though I have a large bookmark collection. But so this would be something. And then my pen I also use. This is the pen I use for annotation, like this is specific one. Depending on if I'm just putting the book down, sometimes I'll just throw in the pen, and that's my bookmark. So yeah. The next prompt is a bookmark advertising a store or a bookstore, and I think most of my bookmarks are from stores. So I'm going to show you a few, and I'm going to show you examples of local bookstores and non-local bookstores. And for the non-local bookstores, I'm going to show you two from two of my favorite bookstores that I have visited when I have traveled, and they are two New York bookstores. So the first one is really well known, The Strand. I feel like everyone knows this one, and I really love this bookstore. I have gone a few times. And then the other one is a children's bookstore called Books of Wonder, and this one is also in New York. And if you're there, oh, it has nothing in the back. If you're there and you like children's books, I would highly encourage you to go to this one. Both of them I knew through a graphic designer known Debbie Millman. Debbie Millman is a proud New Yorker, and in her website she has, or she had, I don't know if she still does, a list of her favorite New York things. And so one time we went for university to a trip. I studied graphic design, and my friends and I, who were Debbie Millman fans, we followed her recommendations. So we went to a bunch of the places that she recommends, and two of the places are the Strand and Books of Wonder. And then the two local ones that I chose were first this one, because this is I think it's the most common chain bookstore in Mexico, and it's called Gandhi. I really enjoy their marketing team is really creative, and they have a very simple design, but they play a lot with words and with traditional phrases and traditional like quotes, phrases and stuff. So they play a lot with local culture, and it is very like inside jokes. And this particular one is based on a superstition that depending on the color of your underwear is like a specific thing that you want to attract. And this is mostly in New Year's, so this was like a Christmas special edition bookmark. And so this one says, I am wearing this for abundance, and then in parentheses it says of books. And so the other one is this one, and this one I chose because it's a different kind of bookstore, and it's an independent bookstore, and it is more like an occult uh, focused bookstore. They don't only have occult books, they do have other stuff, but they also have a lot of occult stuff. And this one is another one that you would have to see in person. And so I don't know, maybe I'm choosing wrong. I should have chosen the ones that you could appreciate on camera rather than in person, but the production quality is really nice. It has a really nice matte lamination and a really deep blue, and like a blue texture. I don't know how much you are picking up on camera, but I really actually like it in person. And then just one more in the same theme, and this is not local. This is from a shop in Denver, but it's not a bookstore, and it's from the store Ritual Craft. And this one of my friends who lives in Denver, she sent me a tarot deck from this store, and it came with this bookstore, and I love this one. So this one is really cool to use maybe around like October or in the fall. um I feel like I should make a video of my entire bookmark collection, talking you through like where I bought it, which travels. I have some that are related to family or like special people, and I don't know, it would be interesting to do a full collection like life and bookmarks, because I have a lot of them to show you, but I'm going to move it along for this specific tag. The next prompt is a bookmark that holds your place using magnets, and I have a bunch of those. So I'm going to show you just a couple examples. So first I'm going to show you this one, not because it's a specific special one or anything, just because it's an example of bookmarks that I have a lot of, and they are just random magnetic art bookmarks from museums around the world. I don't ask me why. I don't think I even have bought all of these. Just I don't know. I for some reason in my collection there are a lot of magnetic bookmarks with art from different art museums. This one is from the Met, I have from the MoMA, I have a lot of them. And then my favorite ones are all of these are tiny magnetic bookmarks with little dogs here. And so one of my friends gifted me this set, and so if you put it in the book, the little dog face is picking on top of the book. So I really love them because they're very cute. I don't use them a lot because since they are so small, they fall off the book. So when I use them, I have lost my page. But they're really cute. So I really love them. Then it's a bookmark that has your name or initials on it, and this one is a very special handmade bookmark that my mom made for me. As you can see, it is fabric and it is embroidered, so it has the flowers and the texture, and then it says Mariana. And my mom made several of these for Christmas one year, and she made them for a lot of people with their names on it. The next question is, do you have any special purpose bookmarks or any designated bookmarks that you use for designated books? And yes and no. So on the one hand, yes, I do like to match the theme of the book to the bookmark. So I don't have like specifically designated bookmarks for books, but rather when I pick up a book, I choose from my bookmark collection a bookmark that matches the theme of the book. So for instance, I have some that are medieval, so if I'm reading a medieval either fantasy or history book, then I will choose that one. If I am reading a middle grade, maybe I will use the bookmark for the children's store, or others that I have that have cute images. But then also I sometimes just use the flags for bookmarks depending on the book. It depends. I feel like I could do a whole video talking about my thought process when it comes to bookmarks and how I use them. And I'm not going to show any specific one because I feel like this would be like a question I could better answer if I showed you my full collection, because I do have some bookmarks that I made specifically for some books, or that I have used for any given book. So in terms of a special use bookmark, my most precious to me are the ones that I have made, and I showed you the Havana Alfajores one that I really love, and I wanted to show you my favorite bookmark that I have ever made, but I can't find it, and I lose that bookmark all the time because I like to use it a lot because it's my favorite, and sometimes I leave it in the book and then I forget which book it was, and I cannot express to you how incredibly sad I currently am because I can't find that bookmark. Like, you don't understand the level of sadness I am feeling, and I have flipped through all of the books I can think of, and I can't find it, and that makes me so sad. If I ever find it, I'll show it to you guys. It's nothing special, it's just my favorite one that I've ever made. Moving on to the next prompt. The next prompt is, do you use anything unusual as a bookmark? And I do, and it's really cool, and I'm going to show you. But before that, I'm going to show you one that I think I should have showed you in the previous question about things that are not bookmarks that you use as bookmarks, because I feel like I can't be the only one who has ever used this. Just like a tissue paper. I mean, you always have a tissue box in your nightstand, and you always have books in your nightstand, and sometimes when you don't have a bookmark, you just grab a tissue. But that's not what I was going to show you. What I was going to show you is I really like using extra tarot cards. So when you buy tarot decks, a lot of them will come with extra cards that are not part of the tarot, but that they made them extra. or they will send you extra cards, like they will send you cards from other decks that they have as like a promo, so that you can see other stuff that they have. So I keep all of those in this pouch that I had printed with I had printed with a tarot card. Tarot people will know this is from the Centennial edition. I won't get into it, and so I have them all here. I'm going to show you a couple examples because I do have some like classic ones, like this one, or this one is actually a title card from a deck that is in a medieval style. Title cards are also extras. This one I think is a presentation card, yeah. But then I have like this extra that is like from a playing card set, and or something like this, which is more like historical, older looking, and in like a special Italian paper. But then I also have more contemporary ones. So for instance, like this one, which I mean the image is not contemporary because this is a deck made out of medieval manuscripts, but the deck is contemporary. So this one is bigger and it's super cool, and it's in a medieval style. And so for instance, this would be really cool for a medieval themed book. And then for instance, I have like this, which is like a more childish, and I mean that in a good sense, image. So this would be cool for like a middle grade or a children's book, or something like this, for instance, that I could use for like a October themed book, or like a gothic type of book. So I really enjoy using extra tarot cards because, as I said, I can match them to the book I'm reading. Then it's are there any type of bookmarks you don't like? And I'm going to answer with two. So some I have and some I don't. The one I don't are the corner bookmarks. I think everyone has seen them. Usually they are made out of origami, and they're little triangles that you put in the corner of the page. And I feel like you would lose your page all the time with those. So those I don't own any. And then I don't like bookmarks that are too thick. So I have some examples of those, and I love them as objects, and some of them are super cool, and some of them are actually favorites in my collection. I just don't use them as bookmarks. I don't like them as bookmarks for actual using in books. I like them as bookmarks, as objects. And the final question is, are there types of bookmarks that you don't have but would like to have? And that's a hard question to answer. I don't think I have an answer for this question, other than, I don't know, like there are tons of museums I would like to go to, and I would buy bookmarks if I go, but or bookstores from around the globe. But other than that, I don't think I have a question. And then there is one last question about bookmarks in ebooks and audiobooks, but I'm going to switch the camera around to end this video. So the final question that doesn't require you to show any bookmarks is about the bookmarks in ebooks and audiobooks. So the question basically is if you like how bookmarks are handled, first in ebooks and then in audiobooks. When it comes to ebooks, when I first started using my Kindle, I did put the little bookmark thingy that you can put, because I thought that it was needed to know where you were. Then I realized that you don't need to do it, and I actually read a lot of books at the same time, but you still don't need to put the bookmark. And so when I realized that, I stopped using it. And now, actually, I don't actually know what the benefit of using it is, because you do have the option of placing a bookmark, but I'm not sure why it does. Because, like, you could maybe argue that it's helpful to place a bookmark in a page that you want to reference, maybe, but for that you have the notes and the highlights. So I'm not sure exactly why it does. If anyone knows, please let me know down below. I do want to share with you a fun anecdote about bookmarks in Kindle. So my grandma, she is 90 years old, and she is one of the biggest readers I know. Because she loves chunky books and she has arthritis, we thought that it would be better for her to learn how to use the Kindle so she could read ebooks instead of having to carry chunky books. And she still prefers paper books, but she does use her Kindle. She uses a bookmark. So she has her Kindle, and before she closes the Kindle, she puts the bookmark in and then she closes it. And I don't know, I think that's funny. Yeah. So moving on to the final question, which is about bookmarks in audiobooks. And for this, I actually do use them, kind of. So in the app that I use, it does have bookmarks. You can mark certain passages in your audiobook. And so you add a marker and it saves the marker. And so I actually use that function a lot because I do read a lot in audiobook, and sometimes I will be reading an audiobook and there will be a quote that if I were reading an ebook or a paper book, I would highlight it, I would annotate it. And so I use the bookmark function, but I never check them. So I actually don't know how that works. So that's why I say that I kind of use it and kind of don't, because throughout the book I will add several markers for quotes, for sections that I want to go back to, but then I have never ever gone back to those. I should really do it. I should really go back. Um, I mean, there's a reason why I do it, because it's quotes I would like to go back to. So I probably should do it. Again, if anyone here knows or uses them or thinks they're great, please let me know in the comments your suggestions about that. And that would be it for the questions for this tag. Of course, the final question is to tag people, but of course, I don't know if this is actually super obnoxious of me that I never tag anyone. I don't know who to tag. Let me think. I guess I should tag people that read paper books, right? And people that I think might have bookmarks. I am going to tag Susan at Road Reads and Cara at Wild Book Garden. Oh, I know who else. Sarah at Eyes on Indie. She once did a video where she uses postcards. Goes without saying that all three channels I highly recommend. If any of you guys want to answer the tag, please do so. And if you don't, please don't. The reason why I don't tag people is because, one, I can never think of who to tag, and two, I don't want them to feel pressured, because I'm a people pleaser and I'm socially anxious, and I don't want people to feel pressured to do something that they don't want. So please don't feel pressured. But if you do want to, then do. This is why I don't tag people. This is why I don't tag people. But there you go. My first time tagging people. Okay, so that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon with another bookish video, and in the meantime I wish you happy reading.